Hi students, today we are starting our next chapter organism and its environment, and we are starting with ecology. It is a branch of biology which studies the interactions among organisms and their physical environment. Ecologically is basically concerned with four levels of biological organization. They are organism, population, community and biome. We are starting with organism. It is the living component of the environment at individual level and is the basic unit of ecological hierarchy. Population is the sum total of all individuals of a species in a specific geographical area. Communities, assemblage of all populations of different species present in an area that interact among themselves. Biome. It is a larger unit which consists of a major vegetation type, associated fauna in a particular climatic zone, tropical rainforest, deciduous forest, sea coast, desert, etc. are the major biome of India. Ecosystem represents the organism and their environment in a particular area. Then habitat, it refers to a specific place or locality determined by a combination of factors, physical features and barriers where a community dwells. Niche. The ecological niche of an organism represents the physical space occupied by it, the resources it utilizes, and in a functional role in an ecological system. Biosphere, the surface of the earth with all life forms, that is union of all ecosystems, and it is a highly ordered system. Environmental ecology, at organism level, deals with how different organisms are adapted to environment in terms of their survival and reproduction. Different biomes are formed due to annual variation in the intensity and duration of temperature, annual variation in precipitation. The major biomes of the world are desert, grassland, rainforest and tundra. We can see according to temperature how it is. This is desert, grassland, temperate forest, tropical forest and coniferous forest. This is tundra region. And this is annual temperature. The graph is drawn between the mean annual precipitation in centimeter and temperature in the centigrade. Regional and local variations within each biome lead to the formation of wide variety of habitats. Life on earth exists in favorable habitats as well as in extreme and harsh habitats like scorching Rajasthan desert, rain-soaked Meghalaya forest, deep ocean trenches, torrential stream, polar regions, high mountain tops, boiling thermal springs, etc. The biotic component of a habitat are pathogen, parasite, predators and competitors of the organism with which they interact constantly. The key abiotic elements that lead to variation in habitats are temperature, water, light and soil. Major abiotic factor. Temperature is the major abiotic factor which is most ecologically relevant. There is seasonal variation in average temperature of land. It decreases progressively from the equator to the poles and from plain areas to mountains. The range of temperature varies from sub-zero level in the polar areas, that is less than 50 at high altitude in tropical desert during summer. The temperature affects the kinetics of body enzymes and thus basal metabolism and other physiological functions of the organism. Based on the tolerance of the temperature range, organisms can be divided as euthermal and stenothermal. Euthermal, they can tolerate a wide range of temperature. Stenothermal, they can tolerate a narrow range of temperature. Water is the next major important factor without which life cannot exist. The productivity and distribution of plants in an environment depends on the amount of water available. For aquatic organism, the quality of water is important. Salinity refers to salt concentration. Salt concentration is less than 5 in land water and 30 to 35 in sea and more than 100 in hypersaline lagoons. Based on the tolerance of range of salinity, organisms can be grouped as euryhaline and stenohaline organism. Euryhaline organism which can tolerate narrow range of salinity. Stenohaline which can tolerate more range of salinity. Many freshwater animals cannot live for long in the seawater and vice versa because of osmotic problems they would face. Light is an essential factor for the process of photosynthesis performed by autotrophs. Oxygen is released during photosynthesis. Many small plants like herbs and shrubs can perform photosynthesis under very low light conditions. Most of the plants are depend on the sunlight to meet their photoperiodic requirement for flowering. Light is also important for many animals as they use the diurnal and seasonal variation in light intensity and photoperiodism. The ultraviolet component of solar radiation is harmful to many organisms. All the color components of the visible spectrum are not visible for marine plants living at different depths of ocean. Soil has the nature and properties which vary from place to place. It depends on climate, weathering process and whether soil is transported or sedimentary and how its development occurred. The soil composition, grain size, aggregation determine the percolation and water holding capacity of the soil. The characteristic like pH, mineral composition and topography. Topography means external feature of the soil which determines the vegetation of that area, and this in turn dictates the type of animal supported. Now responses to abiotic factor. It determines the how organism can cope or manage with the stressful condition of the habitat. During the course of millions of years of their existence, many species would have evolved a relatively constant internal environment that permits all biochemical reactions. The organism should try to maintain the constancy of its internal environment. Now homeostasis. Despite of varying internal environment conditions that tend to upset its homeostasis, human beings can maintain their homeostasis by using artificial means. Ways by which other organisms can cope with the environmental changes are given below. Now regulate. Some organisms maintain homeostasis by physiological and sometimes behavioral means. All birds and mammals and few lower vertebrates and invertebrates are capable of thermoregulation. Now osmoregulation. In mammals during summer, sweating occurs profusely and the evaporation brings down temperature of the body. In mammals during winter, shivering occurs, which is a kind of exercise that produces heat and raises the body temperature. Now confirm. About 99% of animals and almost all plants cannot maintain a constant internal environment. Their body temperature changes with the ambient temperature. In aquatic organism, the osmotic concentration of the body fluid changes with that of the osmotic concentration of ambient water. These animals and plants are called conforms. Now thermoregulation. It is energetically expansive for many organisms. This is especially true for small animals like shrew and hummingbird. Heat loss or gain is a function of surface area. Since animals have a large surface area relative to their volume, they tend to lose body heat very fast when it is cold outside. They have to expend much energy to generate body heat through metabolism. This is the reason that very small animals are rarely found in polar region. It can be concluded that during the course of evolution, some species have evolved the ability to regulate but over a limited range of environmental conditions beyond which they simply conform. Now migrate. It is a temporary movement from a stressful habitat to a more hospitable area, that is and return. Many animals, particularly birds, during winter undertake long distance migration to more hospitable areas. Now suspend. Under unfavorable condition, bacteria, fungi and lower plants slow down their metabolic reactions. During this time, spores germinate under onset of suitable environment. In higher plants, seeds and some other reproductive structures serve as a mean to tide over the period of stress. They reduce their metabolic activity and undergo dormancy. Some animals which fail to migrate might avoid the stress by escaping in time. For example, bear undergoes hibernation during winter. Some snail and fishes undergo estivation to avoid summer-related problems. During unfavorable condition, many zooplanktons in lake and pond enter diapause. That is a state of suspended development. Now you can see this is internal environment, external environment. This is partial, these are regulators, these are partial regulators, and these are conforms. Now adaptation. It is the attribute of an organism that is morphological, physiological, and behavioral that enables the organism to survive and reproduce. Many adaptations have evolved a long evolutionary time and genetically fixed. Some examples: adaptation in kangaroo rat. It is present in North America. Adaptation in desert plant. Many desert plants have a thick cuticle on their leaf surface, and stomata are arranged in deep pits. They have a special photosynthetic pathway. Some desert plants like Opuntia have no leaves and they are reduced. They are with reduced spines and photosynthesis occur in flat stems. Now adaptation in mammals. Mammals from colder climate generally have shorter ears and limbs to minimize heat loss. In polar seas, aquatic mammals like seals have a thick layer of fat that is known as blubber below the skin. Adaptation at high altitude in human. At higher altitude makes Rohtang Pass near Manali and Mansarovar in China occupied. Its symptoms are nausea, fatigue and heat palpitation, and this is because at low atmospheric pressure of high altitudes body does not get enough oxygen. The relief occurs gradually due to the acclimatization, and the body cope up with this low oxygen stress by increasing RBCs, decreasing the binding affinity of hemoglobin, increasing breathing rate. Adaptation in desert lizard. They absorb heat from the sun when their body temperature drops below the comfort zone. They move into shade when the ambient temperature starts increasing. Some species burrow into soil and escape from the above ground heat. Today, whatever I have taught you, I am sending you its PDF. Thank you.